That's James's dinner. Nothing too fancy. Gonna talk about solo mio.
Oh, a solo meal.
Yeah, and a bunch of other things there. You can see. And let's see if I can get this right. I think that'll be all right. I could move it a little bit that way to get a little more James, because he might end up doing
Some reviewing?
some of the talk.
Doing
so
some reviewing. How's that for
my
rhyming?
outfit.
Look at that, folks.
Yeah, I would have. I love this stuff. So soft.
Is that chiffon or is that slightly different?
I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it's wonderful. I don't have many items of clothing in this kind of fabric, but
I don't think most people do.
So you could see that solo mio, top of the stack. Who would have thought?
I'm shocked, folks. Wow.
Because
Kevin James? I was on a Kevin James watch. I didn't know his
you didn't
name.
care for him either. Yeah, I didn't
No.
care for him at all. I didn't ever want to see him again in anything.
Yeah.
But
I kind
this
of
was
liked
great.
him playing Paul Blart. I think I got the name right, Mall Cop.
I didn't.
And then it just got more and more ridiculous with him scoring fantabulous looking women and all this sort of stuff and running to a serious weight problem.
So some of these things we probably won't end up talking about. I just
So
brought
it goes.
them out,
Yeah.
just in case. So
Yeah.
the Fourth Estate and Shadows of Liberty, I put them
They always
here
belong together. But let's,
near the top because I thought, well,
Mm.
they're kind of educational. Maybe.
Counter-educational or something like that, folks. You're advised to watch it with care. Yeah.
And then I hadn't seen this Transporter 3, I don't think.
Had you
Saturn
seen 1
thing.
and 2? I don't like the look of that guy.
Don't know.
It is him. That is I'm on a Jason Statham watch,
And
and
so
he's actually up near the top. What's
Well,
going on here, Pauline?
I didn't really care for anything that we watched.
There we go.
So that's why, except for Solo Mio, which I thought was awesome. So if you're tuning in to dinner and a movie today and thinking, what am I going to watch while it's raining this week
In
in
Alberta.
southern Alberta?
Well, I think it's supposed
Maybe
to be
all
general.
of Alberta.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
there you go. That's the one, not these other things.
Now, can you explain why?
Well, the music's great. How can you beat?
I know. Andrea Bocelli, or however you mispronounce it.
How did they get him in this? But
Great voice.
wow, they lucked out.
Mhm.
And so he's in this. And how wonderful.
Actually did a reasonably good job of acting, too.
Yeah,
She did a little bit of acting.
It starts out, the movie starts out, and I'm just waiting to hate it, honestly.
Oh, my
because
God.
I can't stand him, right? So I'm waiting to hate
Based
it, and
on
I'm
past
like,
performances.
I
yeah.
told James, actually, I think he's doing a good job. And James is like, well, I think he's actually a reasonably good actor.
Mhm.
It's just the roles that he's put into aren't suited to him. So we're talking a little bit at the beginning, but then we really didn't talk that much later on in the movie. We
Because-
were busy watching it because it was
we were
really
busy
good.
watching. Yeah, it's
So,
pretty good.
it's a romantic comedy, which
Yeah.
I'm not into the whole rom-com thing.
There's so much of it. They're using that abbreviation,
Yeah.
rom-com.
Yeah. But this is, I think, the best one I've ever seen.
Romantic comedy.
Yeah.
It kind of made sense,
It
the
did
ending.
make sense.
Yeah.
Except, well, there's one thing I didn't understand her reaction. Like, I understood, like, after the fact, when you learn a little bit more, then her reaction before, like, well, before Kevin James, before his character sings and stuff like that. You go, oh, okay, well, this is why she reacted this way. But then afterwards,
It's kind of explained.
when they're about to get on, she's about to get onto the motorcycle. I thought, okay, why is she reacting this way now? Because that didn't make sense to me, really.
They actually
But-
made a point of explaining things instead of having weird
Yeah.
character changes and stuff like that.
So anyway,
And as a comic role, he's playing a fairly serious kind of role. He's
Yeah.
understating it and all that sort of stuff. It's amazing.
Yep.
Now, I haven't even said, folks, if you're a guy and you're that overweight, don't expect to be scoring chicks like this in Italy, just right, left, and center. But he has to kind of work at it.
Excuse me.
They're
Anyway.
both working through the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple people heartbroken, and they end up
Spoiler alert. Kind of works out.
making each other feel better, not so feeling bad at the end. Anyway, it's you have beautiful scenery.
Italian scenery. I think most of it was shot on site. So there we go.
And everything was done really well. The acting, the writing, the directing, everything. So that one's one
That's
to watch.
That's a real shockaroo, folks.
Who would have thought? Now I'll set these aside because I don't know if James is going to talk about them.
We might not have enough
Transporter
time
3.
right now.
Now, I don't like Saddam movies. I can't imagine any woman would. They're definitely
It gets worse. They're
aimed at
Vin
guys.
Diesel movies.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse. There's one down at the bottom of that pile.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I watched that while I was trying to work out this morning. Boy, I was almost falling asleep on the thing.
It kind of been that bad because
terrible.
Pauline kind of looks like she's in a punching motion and it's
Yeah,
really bad
punching
stuff.
towards the TV.
She's
Anyway.
trying to Elvis Presley the TV with her fist.
Oh, but anyway, this one, you have this cute little Ukrainian lady, and she is tough to work with. He's trying to transport her to somebody else, and she is not making it easy.
Okay.
And so later on they have this romantic connection and stuff, and it's like, okay, why? How could he possibly?
Is she hot looking? Or
She's
something
cute, but
he is
nobody
not
would
looking.
go for her if they were having to care for her in that capacity, and she was acting like that. Honestly, I was like, just punch her out and put her in the trunk. That's while I'm watching that, I'm like, she's terrible. There's nothing you could do with this. She's like a child, but just worse and bigger, right? So hard to control.
Make her sound like an adolescent.
Oh, well, she probably was supposed to be an adolescent in this, but she's quite young. But anyway, no, she's acting like she's terrible twos, but woman size and hard to control. Really impossible. Ridiculous. So it's a lot of shoot 'em up, car chase, whatever.
Punch him up maybe a little bit too.
Sure, a little bit of that.
Sure, a little bit.
And
Did they
there
say
was,
Statham or Statham?
I don't know. So there's
And
this
you know
one,
what? You're the person you don't care.
Don't care.
I can relate to that.
And there's this one scene. I mean, they always end up having some interesting scenes along the way, right? And so in that, he's there's this one where his car ends up in, like, going off a bridge, and he's in the water, and water's coming up, and what is he gonna do? He's gonna drown. His help isn't gonna arrive for a long
hours.
time after, 10 minutes or something, but that's gonna be too late. He needs help now. And so he goes and he gets something out of the trunk, some bags, and big bags, and fills them with air from the tires to help the car float. Like, this is ridiculous.
You'd need bags
Why
the
would-
size of the Led Zeppelin,
I mean,
the Graf Zeppelin.
if the air from the tires inflates these bags and makes the car float, wouldn't the tires themselves make the car float? It's ridiculous. But it's an interesting scene. Very stupid.
Oh, God.
And
I
it
think
goes
only
down from there.
a brain-damaged guy could
I
get
know.
off on that.
I know.
There's a lot of them out there.
Boy, oh boy.
Football.
The Assassin
Boxing
season
injuries.
1, well, you know what? I've come to expect below Statham
So who are these
level
flunkies?
for the British television
Just any British
actors,
Yeah.
TV nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
What's wrong with you guys? You used to
what's
turn out
going
quality
on?
movies and TV too.
But like I watched the first episode. I'm not quite done this. I have the second disc in, and James came back and was hungry. So,
Big time.
I was watching the first episode, working out, and I was thinking, what? Why? Like she gets on a little moped or motorcycle, whatever, and she's driving, and her son's in the back, and there's people that are chasing them with guns, and they're right behind them, and I'm like, okay, well, you're pretty much visible with them. You're on the moped, and they don't even pull out the guns to shoot at you. Like, they're trying to kill them, and they missed that opportunity, which is pretty easy, honestly. So right away, the first episode, I'm like, this is, who would watch past this, you know? But here I am at home. I come back and I'm like, I want to try to sleep, and I put this in, and it did actually get to sleep.
Well, there you go, a real advertisement.
That was nice.
Guaranteed soporific there, folks.
Yeah. So anyway, the acting's not good. The story so far is stupid. I guess they're going for a James Bond sort of thing, but James Bond is a woman in this case, but I mean, hasn't that already been done too? I thought one of the Bonds was...
Yeah, maybe Jane Bond.
For a while.
Something done that way.
I don't know what she was
Anyway.
called. Anyway, and just like that, a new chapter of Sex in the City.
Is it
Complete
and the
third
city or
season.
in the city?
And
I always thought it was in the city, but shows how much I care. You know,
yeah,
I don't think I've watched one episode of that show, even close to all the way through.
well, you know, I didn't watch it for a long time either. And then my favorite aunt told me that she watched it with her daughter, and then somebody in my family, somebody else was saying, why would the daughter be watching it? Because it's made for older, women, the age of these women, right? But maybe, I don't know, I watched a lot of things with my mom just because I wanted to watch TV with my mom. I think a lot of girls maybe are like that. I don't think I was exceptional that way, that I wanted to spend time with my mom.
And when you were younger, you used to watch TV, including Wayne Gretzky hockey with your
grandpa,
granddad.
because I wanted to be close to my grandpa.
But I don't think so.
I didn't care at all about hockey. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And anyway, but then I watched it and I thought, okay, well, the Carrie Bradshaw, that's played by Sarah Jessica Parker.
She's back in the saddle, is she?
Oh, she's in this. There she
Okay.
is. So
Yeah, there we go.
honestly, you watch the show just to see how ridiculous her outfits are each time, because
I was just looking
sometimes,
at this.
Honestly,
Okay.
who would wear the stuff that she wears?
Okay.
A lot of it's just ridiculous.
Well, some
And-
fashion models up on the catwalk have to do that.
I guess so, but
Yeah.
they're getting paid to look funny, right?
True.
Why would anybody pay to look funny? So, anyway, and just like that, it becomes more diverse. It's I really don't like this. Sex in the City, okay, whatever. But this one, you have just too much diversity, and the one woman, I can't remember her name. Charlotte is just Miranda, I think that's right, Miranda, the redhead. Anyway, I guess I never really liked her character in Sex and the City, and I suppose neither did anyone else, and that's why they decided to diversify her, and she became a lesbian. So, but honestly, it's just not the same. It's not the same as Sex and the City. It's not nearly as good, and Sex and the City wasn't that great, to tell you the truth.
Oh, there you go.
So, but I did like seeing Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
Who doesn't like Rosie O'Donnell?
A lot of people.
What?
Wasn't she Rosie O'Donnell?
I think everyone likes her.
Oh, I'm mixing her up with Roseanne Barr.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell was kind
Everyone
of
loves her.
sweet. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, folks. Really blew that one.
Yeah. So, Fallout Season 2. This one's based on a video game.
Uh-oh.
So, James...
Comic books based on video games going back to the
Stand
80s
this.
were total losers. So
I think the main actress in this is adorable. She's really cute. And
In a
I
way.
do like the fact that, what's his name, is her father in this. What's his name? Guy who ate pie from Twin Peaks. Anyway,
Kyle McClellan or something like that?
Kyle, yeah.
Kyle
Kyle
something like that.
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
So, anyway,
And he's looking very fatherish these days.
sure, but he's... I still I love seeing him in everything, right? So I love seeing him, but I feel sorry for him being in this because
He's so much better.
yeah. And like James said, every actor in this, he didn't realize that Kyle MacLachlan was in this when he said that. He said every actor in this is like soap opera quality.
And then he comes on, and I'm going, "Ooh, I better take back my words." So I didn't mean that about you, Kyle MacLachlan. And you're, like Pauline was suggesting, are meant for stuff way better than this. So it's not his problem.
No.
It's Hollywood's problem.
Yeah. This show
Get
has
on
some
the
problems.
stick and get some shows like Twin Peaks, where he can play that. What he reminds me of is a more subtle Bruce Campbell. The way he's playing things with irony. Twin Peaks. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a
what he did
sweet kind of. Yeah.
No, Bruce Campbell's pretty sweet in his own way.
Okay.
Well,
Anyway, I don't
he's
think
hilarious.
sweet, but
Got me laughing.
I love him. He's wonderful.
Yeah, but they
So-
both got the big jaws, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love them both. Anyway, to say, well, is this as good as season 1? Well, there's one woman that is one of the people that they used to diversify Sex in the City and just like that. She's in this, and honestly, she's not good. She's not good. She shouldn't be in that. She shouldn't be in this. She shouldn't be in anything. She's not good.
Oh, there you
But
go.
anyway, there's I don't know if it matters, because the only people who are watching this are people who liked Sex in the City and were like, oh, I didn't want it to end or whatever, and that's not me. So, and the only people that are watching this, I guess, are teens, maybe. It's certainly not. We're not the target
Audience?
audience for this.
I didn't get that
So
impression.
no.
I did like the uniforms.
Oh yeah.
Those uniforms are about the nicest looking space travel uniforms of all time.
They are
Nice,
good.
friendly blue.
Yeah,
What is it? Gold trim?
yeah. So,
really nice.
and I do like the whole 50s music decor in the vaults and stuff like that.
Now, they weren't doing fist bumping, but they were. Some of the hairstyles were just not late 50s hairstyles.
Yeah. Well, time
gotta
has
do that.
changed.
I know,
You
but
know,
do a little bit of
went on
research.
200 years.
If
so-
someone doesn't want to
But
change.
if the other things haven't changed, I don't know.
Mm.
Anyway, don't know what to say about that. Battle of the Damned, Dolph Lundgren. That's the bottom of the stack, and wow, that's bad. So
How could his parents have named him that? Because you know
This-
it's got to have been. Well, maybe it was Rudolph and not Adolf.
I don't know. There's some zombie sort of stuff in here, right? And there's zombie sort of stuff in here, and I guess
It
makes
gets a little bit old, folks.
easier for a shoot 'em up sort of movie
Mhm.
if you totally make the people you're shooting up monsters. Then it's like, oh
Like
well,
zombies?
it's okay.
Okay.
They're not human anyway,
Mhm.
and so we don't have to care about them. But in this, you sort of do. There's a couple zombie people. They're taking medication so they don't totally zombify.
That's the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice little wrinkle, I gotta say.
Yeah, there are some nice story twists in this. I can see why they wanted to make a TV series out of this, because sometimes you have some interesting stories. Like we reviewed that Resident Evil Damnation yesterday, day before, whatever. And that, I mean, there's some good story there, and I can understand why movie makers want to keep playing with that. But I don't know. They didn't do a good enough job. That's all.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of zombie stuff that I see on TV, including this.
And there's so much of it. We were talking about that. Like zombies, vampires, even werewolves are dropping by the wayside.
Yeah.
Bring back Frankenstein's monster. I want to see more of that. I want to see more Mummy. You know, the Mummy type of thing.
Yeah. Or totally new kind of monsters.
Please, come up with one.
Get creative. Anyway.
And what is this last one?
Oh, this is the Dolph.
Oh,
Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
So it's about I should say that it was put out in 2014. So it is kind of interesting that it's about a pandemic and there's a major city and the whole population is quarantined. Military blockade, police.
Like that would happen. It never happened though.
No. Well, anyway.
No, really.
Yeah.
They'd rather have a ton of people die than put out quarantine because people out there freedoms.
Yeah, but not here. But maybe elsewhere in the world.
It was even tough in Russia.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if your population's turning into zombies, maybe people take it a little more serious.
I can't take zombie movies seriously anyway. That's what, you know, I can't take horror movies or whatever that seriously. That's why I love Bruce Campbell and what is that? I always forget, Evil Dead, or what was that series?
Yeah.
Just awesome.
Yeah. So, I don't think James has anything more to say about this right now, or this one yet. But he did watch Shadows of Liberty, and he might want to talk about it.
I'm living proof that you can survive this.
Yeah. So, and he probably will want to compare it to the other two. So we'll see what happens.
At least one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much time? 5?
Ow. 6 minutes and 40 seconds. What can
Eventually,
you do with
my
that?
internal clock might get as good as Copper's was.
I should wear a
I could
watch
tell.
out here to do that.
I used to play a video game that take half an hour, and Copper upstairs, and he couldn't come down the stairs at that point in time. He started whimpering after 29 minutes. Amazing internal clock. And I had the sound turned off, as I recall.
Yeah, Copper was amazing at telling the time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Shadows of Liberty. So this is complaining about the government controlling or the powers that be, really the economy, not the government, being controlled by, the media being controlled by big businesses. And yeah, they bought things up. So News Corp, but that's news already, bought up New York Times, not New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Fox News, Fox Network generally, using 20th Century Fox, stuff like that. So, yeah, so, well, complaining, but the biggest complaints against the New York Times. This is coming from left-wingers. Here, they've got New York Times folks out there doing reporting. Turn up in Montana, one person they're trying to interview. You know we hate you guys. Talking about the New York Times. All right? Right wing, hate the New York Times. Left wing, hate the New York Times. I'm not a big fan of the New York Times. But they must be doing something right if they got those two extremes hating on them. No, they do cover up. They do cover-ups by New York Times and Washington Post. The former Los Angeles Times has been bought by. It's become very right-wing, apparently bought up by somebody.
Well, one thing I did notice about that, they'd covered up a plane getting shot down by the Navy.
Yeah.
It's
obvious that Navy shut it down. They're doing exercise.
Was it in United States waters?
Yeah, it was in American waters.
Okay.
It was just south of Long Island.
And it's funny because this guy was complaining about a cover-up where the military shot down a passenger plane, and they were saying they thought it was a military.
The military does it, and it shouldn't be covered up because it will
shouldn't
keep
be anyway.
on happening.
But than they did there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, they're even shooting down their own passenger planes, apparently, and covering it up. It's
They're
kind of
doing
fun.
military exercises.
So-
Apparently, they had a corridor
Yeah.
that the passenger planes are supposed to go through. And some idiot wanted to take out. No, he made some collateral damage there. And the thing is, if you allow them to get away with it, they'll do it again and again and again. You know, that is, I don't know how many hundreds of people died. We'll say maybe 100 people died, not even 200. Okay, so your news for sale. So here's people from the bottom. Let's see if I can see some names that you might recognize. Daniel Ellsberg, way back when, who released the Pentagon Papers. No, Daniel Ellsberg. No, that's the start of the Watergate scandal. The thing that ultimately brought Richard Nixon down. So they, a bunch of scumbugs who originally had been involved in the Kennedy assassination, at least two of them. E. Howard Hunt, or E. Coward Hunt, I call him, and Frank Sturgis. They were breaking into Daniel Ellsberg's psychiatrist's office in order to get dirt on Daniel Ellsberg. So that dates back to the early 70s. But he should have gone to jail, you know, like he released classified information. I gather it was classified, based on the stuff that was about the Vietnamese War. If you believe in something and you want to do something illegal, you better sacrifice. It's just like if you are doing a demonstration, you're going to go to jail. If you're blocking public traffic or whatever, you go to jail. They should have gone to jail for doing that sort of stuff. Dick Gregory, kind of an activist, not that bright. I think, was he a performer of some sort? And then he became an activist. Different sort of performer. They got Dan Rather there. Kind of mainstream newscaster. Danny Glover. You know, like, nothing against Danny Glover, but he ain't a great actor, and I doubt if he's a very good, it is something against him. He doesn't seem to be a very good political analyst. Like, would you think, I've got to check with Danny Glover. I wonder what he's published on this sort of stuff. Has he ever written anything? Research stuff? Yeah. But anyway, here's a name in here. The soil's the whole thing. You look at the colors. These are Nazi colors, folks. Okay? They're also anarchist colors. I don't like those colors, and perhaps there's a reason why the two types of parties share the same colors. They are creeps. Okay, so the person I see in there that I don't want to see on anything like this is Julian Assange. He's a smooth talker and all that sort of stuff, but from what I can tell, and I was already suspicious of Snowden before Assange came to the fore. And this thing, I think, was published in 2012, or put out in 2012, copyrighted 2012. 2012, there you go. Already when Assange started to come to the fore in publicity, after Snowden, this guy gives me creeps. Snowden already was. WikiLeaks, from what I can tell, is, they were getting information. It's from Russian hacking and stuff like that. As far as I'm concerned, Julian Assange I hope he's in jail somewhere. I think he's been hiding out in some embassies. He should go to jail for life. He and his flunkies at WikiLeaks helped get Donald Trump elected back in 2016. Okay? Thanks to James Comey, all that sort of stuff.